At the start of the 2023 year, 2003 will be as close to the present as it is to 1983. As time has went on, it's a NASCAR season that gets remembered with admittedly revisionist history. A season with a champion decided to race early, aero-sensitive template bodies, and fans complaining about bad racing product. Wow, never heard of that before. At the same time, though, there was a lot of good. The greatest finish ever, great super speedway racing, tons of storylines and young guns coming up, and also it was the peak of NASCAR's popularity to that point. And all of this led up to one big day, November 16th, 2003, the day the NASCAR Winston Cup era met its end. The location of this event was in South Florida, at the newly reconfigured Homestead Miami Speedway. In the past few years before this race, Homestead was a flat mile-and-a-half version of Indianapolis, and then a flat egg-shaped track oval. So far, it produced 2 championship finishes on the weekend that were pretty good, so why not a great finish to the end of an era? With pre-race festivities wrapped up, it was time to get the cars rolling. With this being the final race for the Winston era, there was only one driver fitting enough to salute the entirety of it. With the race lineup set, rookie Jamie McMurray would lead him off.
For today, Serena Williams, Grand Slam tennis champion, getting set to set the field of 43 loose in the season finale for 2003.
Lit up the racetrack, lost a bunch of spots right there.
Looks like he might have got loose going down to turn 1, and Vickers is challenging for the lead.
Yesterday, won the NASCAR Busch Series Championship. He's trying to lead lap 1 here in the Ford 400. Jeff Gordon to the inside of Ryan Newman. Ooh, big wiggle there. Kevin Harvick.
Boy, Jamie McMurray getting the wall there? Yesterday in the Busch race, but as high as some of these cars are running, we may have 3 groves here.
3 wide, here comes Kevin Harvick under Ryan Newman and Kurt Busch. Oh, look out, trouble in the wall, Kurt Busch and Newman.
And the 29 car, Kevin Harvick, broke loose there.
These drivers were all huge players in the 2003 season. Busch was best known this season for his feud with Jimmy Spencer, as well as his near win at Darlington. Ryan Newman and Kevin Harvick were 2 of the 6 drivers fighting for second in points that day. Newman, the winningest driver of 2003, would win 8 of 36 races in that season. Harvick managed to bring the Goodwrench team back from the brink, but his overaggression ended any shot of winning, though not his day. One who also had issues and was involved by going through the grass was the number 18 of Bobby Labonte, the 2000 Winston Cup champion, who had a bad fast car, but absolutely needed his Chevy Monte Carlo fixed to compete. With second in points contender Jimmy Johnson up front, the leader of the points then had issues.
Just tight, you know, he's not able.
17 off the pace. Oh, it maybe slowed down for the contact.
No, yeah, that could be.
I think it blew up.
You think it did?
Yep.
Kenseth had locked up the championship a week early. This is widely recognized as the catalyst for the chase and eventual playoff systems we've seen after the Winston Cup era. But back in 2003, the race had to go on. Up front, the most popular driver of the Winston Cup era passed Johnny Benson's Valvoline Pontiac for the lead. Bill Elliott actually removed himself, though, from being the most popular driver in 2003 so he could give others a shot at it. That's just how popular the man was. But the bigger story was the 10 car. One of the Pontiac entries in the manufacturer's final factory-supported race in NASCAR. But as was the day so far, action was non-stop, this time for a flat tire. Michael Waltrip had a flat right front, and this wouldn't be the last of these issues, but it would be a merciful end to Waltrip's collapsing 2003 campaign that saw him drop from 5th to 15th in the Winston Cup point standings over the final 13 races of the season. While craziness in terms of passing was throughout the pack, Bill Elliott was dominating. 2003 was a resurgent year for Elliott, a fitting full-time send-off for Awesome Bill from Dawsonville, as he entered Homestead with a race win at Rockingham the week before and 9th in the points standings. Once again, though, flat tires played a factor.
Vickers.
Oh, yeah.
That went down on the straightaway.
Yes.
Wait, Jeremy Mayfield.
Just came off the corner and slowed abruptly.
And did not go to the pit access road.
He looks like he's got tire trouble.
He's got a flat tire.
I'm saying, I'm thinking these tires are getting cut out here.
So Jeremy Mayfield, who has led earlier in this race, now is going to have to limp all the way around and hope he doesn't tear the fenders off the thing, trying to get back to pit road, right rear.
Yeah. Matt.
Benny, that's exactly what happened to Ricky Craven's left rear tire. He wasn't sure which tire it was. He was zigzagging back and forth across pit road on his entry. When they took the left rear off, there was about a gash about the size of 1 inch. That's what cut down and caused that deflation on Craven's tire.
Now that's going to cause a caution flag because it's going to lay down right in the middle of the racetrack.
Caution is out. Dale Jr.'s unscheduled pit stop a minute ago has dropped him down 2 laps down in 29th spot, Dave.
Here's why he came in. He wasn't anywhere near his fuel window. This is the left front tire. And Rob, if you can come over the top here, because I don't want to touch it because it's still really hot. This is the right front tire. Cord showing on the right front.
Let's see what you can see. Well, it's already lost the tire and hit the wall up in 3 and 4.
Yeah, I don't think it takes a great deal of imagination to figure out what happened there.
No.
The tire issues were a bit of an epidemic at the brand new Homestead track, and it was relentless. And the thing is, this wasn't even close to being the biggest tire issue of the day. But tire issues weren't the only dangers for drivers.
Track getting out of 4. Look at all the...
Oh, trouble in the corner. Joe Nemechek's around.
Hang on, Joe. Hang on, Turbo. There you go.
Caution's out. Everybody gets by.
With this caution, many stopped for fuel for the final time on the day. The final time they would receive 76 racing fuel in NASCAR. Starting in 2004, for the first time in 53 years, 76 would not be the official fuel of NASCAR racing. Instead, Sunoco would take over, and to this day, they still hold the fuel rights to NASCAR racing. After a brief green flag run, the race would have a race-changing late caution.
Take a look. Mark get loose. Yep. Oh yeah. Mark got loose driving underneath the 0 car.
Really loose.
For Mark Martin, the 2003 season was a terrible one, with 7 DNFs and a 17th place points finish. And this was made even more disappointing as he had just finished second in points, barely missing out on his first championship the year before in 2002. With less than 20 to go, Bobby Labonte was actually making his way up through the pack, up to second behind Bill Elliott. While difficult to pass him under green, the 18 would get another shot at a restart, as Ricky Rudd blew up in a huge plume of smoke. With 9 to go, the red 9 led him to green.
Green.
Good restart for Elliott.
Okay, what you're saying is that down the backstretch, Labonte, the 18 car, gets a run and goes by on the outside, right?
I think that's the only shot he's got, BP.
And he's got a good run off 2.
Labonte closing in down the backstretch to Elliott's back bumper.
There he goes up on the outside.
Look at this. Elliott's going to slide up the block.
Oh, close. Almost made it. He almost made it.
Elliott to block. And it was about a year and 3 months before he pulled off the win at the Rock last weekend. Now he's going to make it 2 in a row to bring down the 2003 season.
Oh, look at
no!
that.
Is he on the flat?
On the last lap. The last lap, he must have a flat tire.
Bobby Labonte's by.
Can you believe that?
Elliott is off the pace. Never give up.
Watch out, Bill.
Fatback McSwain is going to get to do a victory dance for us. Last lap drama at Homestead. Bobby Labonte wins the Ford 400.
Elliott led 189 of 267 laps on the day, only to come home 8th. Labonte nabbed the victory on the last half lap. only leading one of those 267 laps. While falling out of the race, Matt Kenseth's team got him out after it to burn down the house for his championship presentation. As for the battle for second, well, Jimmy Johnson would beat Dale Earnhardt Jr. by 117 points in that department. Johnny Benson would bring home his Pontiac to a fourth-place finish in the number 10 car, a fitting send-off and a competitive one at that. Everything seemed to change after this, though, in 2004 and onwards. The season-long championship format that has, to this day, been the longest one used in NASCAR history was replaced with a 10-race chase. Bill Elliott, the most popular driver, he'd be replaced in the number 9 by a young hotshot in Casey Kane. After 33 years atop the Cup Series, Winston would step aside and would be replaced by Nextel. But as the sun set on the Winston Cup era and on the Homestead Miami Speedway, the day would still belong to Matt Kenseth and his Killer Bees pit crew. But with that, I'm going to pass it on to you. What was your favorite moment of the Winston Cup era? Let me know down in the comments below. While you're at it, leave a like on this video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel for more great NASCAR content. And thank you so much to all my channel members for your continued support. So until next time, have a good one.